Hi, today you're going to see the border crossing from Mexico to Belize. All the great people I meet there, and you get to know the community of the Mennonites. Good morning, I tried to go to Belize today. Hey, Luis took me, thank you so much, Luis. Learning Maya. Sam, what's your name?
What's your name? Is Bishakaba.
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 Ah, Bishakaba. Luis really wanted to show me his work. He was so proud of these big machines. He's the guy who's responsible for getting the material for the new train which gets built on the peninsula of Cancun for all the tourists. I'm with Daniel now. Thank you, Daniel, for taking me. And I'm in a big bus. No one else is here, and he's going close to the border. So Daniel is leaving. He gave me as a present a book of him. This one, he really liked it, and so he said, "You should have it." That's the border of Belize, like the immigration station. So is everyone speaking English here? Of course. I have a sweet little view home to my bed. And I have a little balcony. It's actually not little. Look, and everywhere palm trees. It's so lovely. Sweet little places next to the ocean to having a barbecue.
This little how I do herbs, healing. And this is a bottle of herbs, if you notice. It's all different kind of herbs in there. And all found in the rainforest in Belize. I have it. Okay? This is for the flu. Very special. This is a ginseng, if you've never seen one. Very expensive, very hard to find. Yeah, in a mountain. This is un alligator, very special.
What is it?
This is a seed.
Okay.
Some people call can't sleep. Every night sleep, can't sleep. Cut it in half and make a tea.
I arrived in Belize City. It's a lot going on here. I don't know if you can see anything, but many people. I saw like in 10 minutes two nearly accidents with a car and bicycles. So it's kind of dangerous here to go with a bicycle, I guess. And now, my lovely hosts I've been with, they brought me to the bus station, and it was sweet of them. So I want to go to San Ignacio today. I just went to the market in San Ignacio. It's a really, really famous food market. And I bought 8 bananas. See that? 8 bananas for $1 Belizean, which is 50 cents. The food, everything is super cheap here. Like you can get a burrito for €1. It's cheaper than Mexico, believe me. A few communities of Mennonites, so I'm really, really interested about them and their lifestyle. Let's go. So I reached the ferry. That's the ferry. I just have to wait until one car is coming, and then we're gonna cross. What are the Mennonites? The Mennonites are a free evangelical church that originated in the 16th century. They are known for their traditional lifestyle, their clothing from the last century, and their Christian faith. So I just arrived in Spanish Lookout, and I should have a look now here around. Maybe I ask in the store first because they're like huge properties. But I don't want to go like on like foreign properties. I want to meet people on the street, but here's like nothing. No one is around. So I just met the Mennonites, like a few of them, and I don't have anything recorded, but I can tell you some things. Like the lady I spoke to, her name was Marta, and she tells me about a way of life that is super special for me. They live in an old Mennonite community in Spanish Lookout with about 2,000 inhabitants since the 1950s. There are even larger communities in Belize, for example Springfield or Shipyard. In Shipyard are living the Amish people. The Amish people have a kind of similar culture, but they live without modern technology like electricity or cars. The communities were allocated in areas where they had a contract with Belize to provide the country for food. They're still living in the same areas and they're still working super hard. They're often self-sufficient, and that was really beneficial during the pandemic. They are governed by their own state. They're having their own laws, their own rules, and their own schools, where they teach in their own language, Low German, which is a mixture between different languages. German has become a big part of their culture as they moved on from a failed supplies contract with Russia. So they continued to Germany. They stayed there for a while, so it has the big influence from this time and also the big part of the language. Then they moved on to South America or Central America. First, they've been to North America and came down slowly. Nowadays, they're spread out in the whole world. For me, it was a really great experience. I really loved to talk with Marta and get to know their culture and learn about it. So it was super exciting for me. I'm going with Joe to Xunantunich. It's really hard to say.
No, almost right.
He's making jokes with me. This big building, what you can see here, was the building for the king and the queens. At least they had their bedrooms there. So they were sleeping on stone beds with lots of feathers and leaves. So it was comfortable. So the Maya had in these sites their peak time between 700 and 958 after Christ. So, and yeah, my favorite part was also here walking up to the pyramids and having a great view above the jungle again. And you know, they did it because they wanted to be up in the heaven, so being close to the gods. So that's also the point why they failed, because they never were thinking about making irrigation systems or something like that. So they believed the gods do everything, but in the end it wasn't like that. So they never learned to irrigate, and they also never learned how to till the ground. So they had to deal with all the mud and slush, so that was not working really well. What was working well was burned ground, so that was kind of working back in the early days. And another point why the Mayan failed was they never learned how to make weapons. That was the downfall, basically, because when the Spanish came, they had no chance against them. I'm living at Hope's property at the moment. It's in the middle of nowhere, like kind of jungle, close to San Ignacio, but still like 30 minutes ride. The roads are like not properly built up, more like gravel roads with holes and stuff. And I met her through hitchhiking on the street, and we exchanged numbers, and we kept contact, and now I'm here. So she's a really nice person, and she's coming over there. Let me show her to you. She's there because she's building up her houses at the moment. No electricity, there's no water system, but it's coming now. Look, he's bringing the tubes, and then we will have maybe running water today. Okay.
1 minute, go and tell the guy.
It's really nice to meet people like her. I hope to see her again in my life. So I'm basically on the way out of Belize already.